Hi everybody, this is Andy Lovato, and I am here to show you how to play the blues. This is the companion to my book, The Big Book of Blues Guitar, and today I want to build on what we talked about in our last couple of videos. So what I'd like to talk about is playing the blues in more than one position. It's great, and it sounded good what we did with our basic blues scale when we were practicing in the key of F. But as you watch great blues guitar players, you'll notice that they're playing all up and down the neck, and it's almost like they're not even thinking about it, that it's just coming so naturally to them. So what I want to do today is I want to show you how to expand beyond one position and play the blues all over your neck. So last time we looked at the F blues scale and we put the basic F chord and blues scale together. And we played a little bit around with the F scale to make it interesting. Well, there's actually 4 other scales that fit together on top of that blues scale that are going to help you to be able to play the blues all up and down your neck. And so what I want to do today is show you these scales, and all of these scales you can find in my book. They're illustrated and graphed, so you can practice them by getting my book. So let's go ahead and look at the scales. The first one is my basic F blues scale that I showed you. Right above that scale is a second scale. And above that is a third blues scale. My fourth blues scale. And my fifth blues scale. And so those are the 5 scales for the blues. Now, what you'll want to do is you'll want to practice each one of these scales individually in their different positions until you become familiar with all of them, just the way we did when we did the first blues scale. You want to go down the scale, up the scale, until you can play them without thinking too much about them. Now, the nice thing about these scales is that they share notes. For example, if I play my first blues scale and I play my second blues scale, the notes that are in the top section of my first blues scale fit and overlap with the notes that are in the second blues scale. So these notes right in this area are the same notes that are at this section of the first scale. So they're overlapping each other. Same thing goes with the second scale and the third scale. They overlap each other as well. And all the way up the neck, you'll find these notes overlap. So really what's happening when you play all of the scales, whether it be here or up here, is they're overlapping so your entire neck becomes one big blues scale. And that's really nice because at that point you can slide from a blues scale down lower on your neck. You might be playing on the first fret and see your scale up higher, your fourth one. Go down to your second, first, up to your fifth. Back to your first. So you've got a whole neck of blues scales. Now all of these notes that you're playing in all 5 blues scales are the same 5 notes. They're just in different positions in different parts of the neck. So basically, your blues scale consists of only 5 notes played over and over again, all up and down the neck. And this is sometimes referred to as the minor pentatonic scale. So these are great to learn because they're going to help you to be versatile and be able to play all up and down the neck. Now, the same way that we moved the F blues scale up to change keys, let's say from F to G on the 3rd fret, we move all of the other scales up the neck or to different frets to play in different keys as well. So all of your scales will remain in the same order, but by moving it up and down the neck, you can change keys with them. So think of the scales as a big circle. Once you get to the top scale, you start with the 1st scale again. So you can go backwards, down the scales, or up the scales from a higher scale to a lower scale just by simply following the pattern of the 5 scales as they fit. So this is really going to help add so much to your blues playing. So thanks a lot for listening. Everything I've talked about, all the scales, are in my big book of blues guitar. So until next time, keep playing those blues.